Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is a long overdue thank you to a fellow tuber, Tootyuk. A few of his videos ago he posted up a trades video with a load of NES games that he picked up from a local charity shop, the spawny bastard that he is. So unfortunately I never had anything to trade with him, but he was kind enough to sell me some of the games that I was after at a fantastic price. It was truly a mate's rates sort of price. So what I thought I would do is not only show you the games he's gave me, but also show you my other NES games, and I'll take it from there. I'll explain later. So first off, non-NES game that he gave me for the Mega Drive, and that is Batman. I've got Batman Returns, but I've been wanting to play this. I've heard this is a much better game than Batman Returns. So yeah, so I was looking forward to picking that up. I've not actually had the time to play that yet. I don't know how, I've got nothing else better today. So anyway, so the next games he gave me, all in fantastic condition, mate, may I just add. I'll just start with the first one. Nothing spectacular or anything, but there's just games that I've wanted to add to my collection. Like I've said before, my plan for my NES was always to get 20 games for it. I don't want to go into collecting loads of games for it. I thought I'd just pick 20 great games, and then they're the type of games I could just pick up and play whenever I want. So these were on that list. So the first one is Rad Racer. Probably in everyone's NES collection. It's I'd never actually played Rad Racer before. It was just one of the games that was one of the launch games, I think. But it's really actually good fun. Actually, quite a good sort of outrun sort of clone. Second is Super Mario 3. Again, everyone's played Super Mario 3, but it's what can you say? It's a classic. Belongs in everyone's collection. I may be missing something, but I was that used to playing this on Mario All Stars, and I forgot. I don't think you can actually save on this cartridge. So it's quite a large game to play all in one sitting. Next up is a game with a fantastic title, Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninjas. Now this game isn't the best. The arcade was alright. The NES version is fairly poor compared to the arcade, but I still quite enjoy it. It's still a fun game. I do like the scrolling style beat 'em up games, and this is quite fun. Sorry if it looks a bit bright here. Actually, I'm sitting right next to the window. I'm not usually this peely wally, despite being Scottish. Anyway, what was that? Right, number 4 on the list was a game that I'd heard everyone else talk about. I'd never played it. I'd never seen any videos of it, and that's Little Nemo, the Dream Master. Good old wee Nemo there. Nice wee guy, up to no good out his bed. Actually quite a good wee platformer. I'm quite enjoying this actually. It's cutesy, it's, yeah, you know what it is, but well off. I'm glad I've got it in the collection. Little Nemo. The last game I got from him was one of my favourites of the list. I mentioned it on my room tour that I've been playing it a lot, and that is Double Dragon 2. Focus, yeah bastard. Like I said earlier, I've put easily 20 hours into this game. I played it non-stop. I've never finished it yet, but I'm getting pretty close to it. I just think it's a fantastic game. I've never actually played the arcade, Double Dragon 2 arcade. I did enjoy the first one. I've got it for the Mega Drive, I've got it for the Master System and that. I've heard the first one for the NES is kind of poor, but this one seems to play a lot better. I mean, it's not, graphics wise it's not bad, but you could tell obviously the limitations of this system. They could only have so many, they only have like 2 enemies on screen at once, and both the enemies look the same. But it's still pretty good. It's still, I'd highly recommend picking up. That's Double Dragon 2. So, as I say, I won't tell you how much you came in them for, but they were a fantastic price. So that was basically 6 games posted. I could not be happier with them, Stuart. Thank you very much. Sorry it's took this long to thank you officially in a video, because you know it's not true until you thank somebody in a video. I've got a couple other games I've managed to pick up. These were, I've showed these before I think, but I can't remember where I picked them up from, but they were all just, I think they were eBay, but they were just £1 and that. So the first one, Track and Field 2. Again, I've said before that I love the Track and Field games, and this one's pretty good. A game, the only reason I picked this up actually was because I remember this from my childhood. I only had a couple games for my NES as a child. One of them being Super Mario 3 and the Goonies 2 and this one. And that's Digger T-Rock. Again, it's in most people's collections. But I'm not sure about this one, to be honest. It's a lot hard. In fact, I couldn't get past the second level when I was young, and now I can't get past the third level. I find it very, very hard for some reason. But it's more a nostalgia title for me to own than to actually play. Of course, everyone needs Super Mario 1 and Duck Hunt. I'm actually including that though with Super Mario 3 in my top 20 games. Like I've said before, I'm including similar games like the Castlevanias and that as one game. They're not going to take up like 3 slots in my top 20 games. So, one game that as soon as I got my NES, I went out and bought, and that is Teenage Mutant Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. The very first one, not the arcade game. I do want the arcade game. Goes for a wee bit more though. But again, I had this. I used to borrow this. Another friend of mine had an NES. We used to go on caravan trips when we were younger, me and my family and that. And there's another guy who had an NES there, and we used to take a game each with us each time we went, and we used to swap it. And then the next time we would go, we would get it back. And this was one game that I got a shot of him, a lot of it. A lot of it? What the fuck am I saying? I borrowed it off him a lot. So again, I've got very fond memories of this game. It's not the best game, I'm not going to lie. It's not as good as the arcade one. But I do still enjoy it. But again, it's rock hard. The next game seems fucking impossible. This one I picked up off eBay a couple of weeks ago. It was on my list, and I'm really glad I got it. I paid £2.50 for it, which was a good price, but still £2.50. It's quite expensive for me. And that is Shadow Warriors. I used to play this in emulation all the time, and I love Ninja Gaiden. It's a really good game, although I did find it easier than I used to find it on emulation, if that makes sense. I basically went all the way through, I think it was level 4, 4.2 or something like that, without even dying. But saying that, I still can't finish it. I think I'm on the last level, and it is rock hard. Was it the last level? I think it is the last level. 6 or 7? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm fucking rambling on here. But Shadow Warriors, really, really good game. I did enjoy Retro Dave's videos a while back when he picked up Ninja Gaiden 1, 2 and 3 and done some let's plays of them. They're really good because they're really, really hard games. And finally, scratch my eye there, I was actually in a charity shop. I managed to get a few bargains in a charity shop, actually the first time for years. I just finished speaking to Ian McGrath about this actually. He often talks about how he can't find anything in charity shops, and he lives on the other side of Scotland from me. But I actually found a load of Master System games, unboxed, but they were only £1. A few good ones like Ninja Gaiden, again for the Master System, a good game. Shadow Dancer, whatnot. But aye, so they were in the window, so I picked all them up for £1, and then she says there's another game through the back if you're interested. I says, I'm very interested, show me. And it was an NES game, but it was quite highly priced for my liking. I'll show you what it is. It's Mega Man 1. And I'd had this up for £5, and I thought, I'm not paying £5 for a game, miss. I didn't care if your fucking sign at the front says charity, you're just laundering drug money, and we all know it. So after a bit of to and fro with the old biddy, I managed to talk it down to £3 because I bought other Master System games as well. So I got Mega Man 1 for £3. I didn't think I was actually going to buy this because I'm not too clued up on the Mega Mans. I do know number 2 is the most common, and it normally goes for about £20, so I thought that would be the one I would have in my collection. But I saw this, it was too good to pass up. So if anyone could give me some information about Mega Man 1, obviously you can't go with what eBay says and that, but if it's what type of price it normally goes for or that, or is it uncommon, is it more uncommon than number 2. Obviously the higher the Mega Mans go, the rarer they become. But yeah, so if anyone could give me a bit of help with that. So Mega Man 1, I'm pretty happy with that, but again, rock solid games. I mean, fucking hell, Nintendo's meant to be kiddie friendly. What fucking kid can complete these bastards? So there you go, so that's me got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 NES games, so I've got 10 slots free. So what I'd also like from you guys, especially Retro Dave and Meister General Lee, aka the NES Nutter now, people like that, if you could suggest some titles for me to buy. As I've said before, I'm not clued up on the NES. People like Dave obviously has a huge collection and they know everything to do with the system. But I would quite like just arcadey games. But if there's any, not RPGs or anything like that, but if there's any other games people could recommend, please tell me. Obviously not the common ones, like your Castlevanias and that. The only other game on my list so far is Blaster Master. I saw Lee actually pick that up a while ago, and it just looked really good. Actually, I think that was the same video we got Salamander in as well. I quite fancy that. I do like a shoot 'em up. So if that's the best shoot 'em up on the system, I'm happy getting that. But if anyone else can recommend another one, then tickety boo. Please leave a comment down below. It would really help me out, because I don't want to Google things, because that's just a fucking lazy way out. I'd rather get involved with the community. So there you go guys, that's my games from Stuart. That's my other NES games. Really enjoying the NES. Really, to be honest, I find it's like sort of an underrated system. I always thought the games were sort of below par to play, but so far I'm not really experiencing that. Can't fucking talk, I need a beer. Right guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.